we should, what should the...
What was the topic again today?
Oh, domestic violence.
Oh, that's very, very scary. I want to warn all the viewers and listeners out there that today's episode could be very, very traumatizing. So you should probably pay close attention in case you need to not be traumatized by things. Okay?
You're an idiot.
You have to give these disclaimers. I learned that in law school, remember?
Do we have someone else on the line?
Yes, we do have another caller on the line. Let me punch that through. And caller, hello, welcome to Pony Radio. What's your question?
My boyfriend keeps hitting me. He really hurts me. I moved out of my apartment. I am scared that he will come back. I don't want him to come back. Is there any way I can keep him from coming back? And what if I change my mind later? Is there any way I can go back on that? What can I do?
2 words, caller. Large dog.
Yes. Yes, that's a very, 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 very good idea. But what are about the legal ramifications of such a thing?
Yes,
well,
yes, of course.
And I'm glad you started actually with some of the practical pieces of the puzzle, because that is important. I would consider a large dog part of what we call safety planning. And safety planning is important for any victim of domestic violence in terms of changing locks on the apartment, making sure that they tell friends and neighbors if there's a problem so that they can be on the lookout on behalf of their friend. But that's the practical side of it, the logistical. And as good lawyers, you're doing holistic representation, so you're providing that as well as the law. But turning to the law and the legal remedies, your caller could report this incident to the police if she wanted to do so. She could ask the police to forward it to the prosecutor's office, and that ask that criminal charges be pressed. Ultimately, the decision is not up to the victim, but the victim's input will be considered. And then as far as civil remedies, if the caller wants to do that in addition to the criminal justice system or instead of the criminal justice system, the caller could pursue a domestic violence restraining order. So I don't know if she is aware of those or would like some more information on them, but that's one option.
A restraining order?
Yes.
Wow.
A restraining order is, in essence, a piece of paper that says that one person has to stay away from another and have no contact. And so that can get some peace of mind and some additional safety. Now, of course, it is just a piece of paper, so if there's a problem, it has to be enforced, and that's where the police can come in. If the police are called and the caller has a restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, she shows it to them, and he's sitting outside in the driveway, the police will tell him to move on because he's not supposed to be there. She doesn't have to wait for him to, unfortunately, she's been hit in the past. She doesn't have to wait for that to happen again. She can get him to stay away with the police's help before that happens again. So that is an option. And, of course, over time, as circumstances change, a restraining order, a civil restraining order, can be modified or even vacated. If, for instance, the caller who said that talked about changing her mind, if she decides that it's no longer necessary to have a restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, she can go back to court and ask the court to vacate that order. And in addition, her former boyfriend can ask the court to vacate that order if he feels the circumstances have changed as well. If he feels that he has changed as far as his patterns of relating with people. Maybe he's taken an anger management class, maybe he's done batterer's treatment. They have counseling for that as well. So maybe he's in a different place in his life, and if he can persuade a court that the order is no longer necessary, then it can be modified for that reason as well, or vacated for that reason as well. So that is an option.
People do change, ladies and gentlemen.
They do. They do sometimes, yes.
I had to change the other day. Because
Really?
I poured some coffee accidentally on my shirt, so I had to change.
Yes.
I
This
see.
happens frequently.
Yes.
I see.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've been a wonderful guest.
It's been a pleasure.
I
It's been a pleasure.
apologize for
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I do not apologize.
Tristan, it was a pleasure working with you too. Thank
was
you
a
both
pleasure
so much
working
for
with
having
you.
me on your show. I've been honored. It's been a thrill. Thank you.